Hi, I'm Sasha from the marketing team here at Kitt, and I'll be leading you through a quick demo of some of the amazing tech products we're building and how they're changing the way that we think about offices. I will then hand over to our head of engineering, Coulson, to talk more about what the future looks like for Kitt and the products we're building, as well as the ones on our horizon. So about Kitt, we are a managed and serviced office operator that offers an all-inclusive product for tenants. We match them with a space, fit it out to their requirements, and manage it for them. And what makes us different is not only the technology we use to do this, but also that we partner with landlords to empower them to offer their space as a private managed office product, rather than competing with them. So in this demo, I'm going to take you through some of the key products we've built. This includes our Kitt Tenant App, our operational building management technology, as well as our virtual reality marketing experience and broker availability platform. So let's take a tour. So first, let's take a quick tour of the Kitt Tenant App. When you move into a Kitt office, as part of our onboarding process, we encourage all employees to download our Kitt Tenant App. The intention of our app is to enable our tenants to be able to manage functions within the space themselves, automating operational services, as well as having a digital office manager ready to respond to any queries or issues within an instant. To run through some key areas, the main app screen provides an overview of your building, your easily contactable center manager, important notifications, and updates about your office, as well as the ability to open doors remotely, which we'll come on to later. Let's try giving Zoe a quick message and see if she can help. Other features within the app include being able to book a meeting room, register a visiting guest, find out more information about Kitt, and much more. We're really excited about how we can further develop our Kitt Tenant App to even better serve our tenants' needs, of which Tim is going to explain more about at the end of this demo. Moving on to our operational building management technology. With an endless task list for our operations team to manage, we wanted to build a platform that makes both our operation teams' lives easier, but also provides a fantastic service to our tenants at scale. Our building entry and access system is one area that we are innovating dramatically. Firstly, if you're a guest, you can visit any Kitt office and be greeted by a centralized Kitt virtual receptionist who has expert knowledge of the building, can see all registered guests, as well as be able to direct deliveries and visitors to the correct location. As previously shared in the Kitt Tenant App, for our tenants, they can access the building themselves, either simply tapping the open door button on their app, or if they choose to register a quick scan of their face, they can simply walk up to the door, look into a camera, and our facial recognition technology can automatically unlock the door for them. Very cool. So where does all this information live? Well, we've built a fully integrated back-end platform for our operations team. In this platform, our team can keep track of any requests or issues that need actioning. They can respond to incoming chats started by tenants, and even activate and deactivate alarms remotely to all of our buildings. We store all of our data in a secure, advanced database that is fully searchable, kind of like the Wikipedia of Kitt's portfolio. Finally, I want to briefly give you some insight into our exciting marketing and sales tools. At Kitt, we love working with our broker network to help us match with some amazing leads. To help give brokers the information that they need, we have built the broker availability platform. This is a live and interactive view of all of our current available properties with searchable information, filters, and the ability to export data to take offline with quick materials for sending on to prospective clients. So how it works, our landlord sales team create locations, Our marketing and design teams then upload stunning materials. And once a property is uploaded, all of these materials automatically feed through to the Kitt website. This means that tenants can take a look at our properties themselves. Finally, and one that always manages to impress, I'm going to show you how we turn our empty spaces into stunning virtual reality visualizations of the sales process. Here we have a property, Island Yard. Our in-house design team have created a visualization that layers over what's called a Matterport walkthrough. You can view all of this in stunning detail using a VR headset or even on your own mobile device. As you can see, this really helps to bring the space to life and really gets our prospects thinking about how they can really make this space their own. And that's a quick overview of the products that we're using right across the business here at Kitt. Now I'm going to hand over to our Head of Engineering, Tim Coulson, to talk about what the future of Kitt looks like and how the technology we're building is going to help us get there. Over to you, Tim.
Thank you, Sasha. Here at Kitt, we believe that the time for automated property management is now. It came from the industrial sector, it's made its way into our homes, and we're leading the way for commercial, borrowing the very best ideas from both worlds. Now, this isn't about gadgets or gimmicks. It's about providing the industry with the technology it needs to deploy world-class workspaces and let our centre managers focus on the people and not the property. We see a world where technology is seamlessly integrated into the tenant experience. With technology solving the physical and operational elements of the workspace, it empowers teams to work on the important stuff. Collaboration and human interactions that are the foundations of any business.
And that's all from us. Please be sure to send us any questions and we'll be happy to answer them. Also, be sure to check out our booth at Kitt Offices to find more information or visit our website at kittoffices.com. Thanks a lot and looking forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.
Hello everyone and welcome to this session which is focused on digital twins and how we can optimise business outcomes. I'm Rob Charlton, I'm Chief Exec of Space Group, and at the beginning of this year Space Group launched a new platform called TwinView, which is a cloud-based digital twin specifically focused on the built environment. So our thoughts are, and what I want to talk about today is that twin is the new BIM. And when I say that with a slight tongue-in-cheek. The reason being that probably 10, 15 years ago, this wedge was used everywhere to talk about BIM, and there was a lot of hype and a lot of debate and discussion about BIM. However, at the beginning of that process, we didn't really understand why we were using BIM. But we were keen to explore the reason for it and the value we could bring to our clients. And I think over the last 10, 15 years, we've started to be able to understand that, and we've proven the value of BIM. So we knew that it could improve quality, it increased predictability, but then reducing risk and reducing costs. However, we're in a similar state potentially with digital twins, much hype, much discussion. This is the equivalent image that everyone uses instead of the wedge. This is GE's engines for digital twins. And there's a lot of talk about them, but what we don't know is the why and what is the problem we're trying to solve. So what I want to do is try and explain some of that and our thoughts at TwinView and how we can resolve that. So as with everything, the definition is all important. But from our perspective, we're less bothered about the definition and more what it does. But our definition that we've been using is a digital twin is a digital representation of the physical, which improves business outcomes. And I think the bit where we differ is it's the improved business outcomes, which is important. Why do we have digital twins? And there has to be a reason. And then what are the problems we're trying to solve? So the question is, how do we apply this technology to deliver value and achieve better outcomes for our clients? So what are the things we can actually do? So we can start off, maybe touch a little bit on the industrial internet and the changes that we've seen over the last few years that have made this technology possible and has helped the construction and property industry digitize. So looking at the challenges we face, global productivity growth 20 years ago was around 4%. Our productivity has gone down more recently, so our productivity is diminishing, and that is a challenge in an industrial environment. So when we look at where we are with the future, the industrial internet is moving forward, and a big thing that's helping with that is the Internet of Things and the devices that are now available. They're very affordable, accessible, and with the internet and the speed of that, it makes it very possible. So some stats that we've come out with, the number of these Internet of Things devices is 22 billion, and that was in 2018. And the predicted revenue for this year is around $25 billion. And going forward to 2025, the economic value is around 11 trillion. So the growth you can see is huge, and the Internet of Things linked with digital twins is where the potential lies. So if we link that digital and industrial, we have productivity and growth. So just giving an overview of where some of the other industries have been. So this aeroplane at the top was where they were over 50 years ago, whereas now we see aeroplanes which are like flying computers, incredibly sophisticated. Many of them fly themselves, have safety systems, and some might say maybe too clever. But we have made progress in our sector, but we're still somewhere behind other industries. So in New York, this building, 1931, was built, and some really progressive construction, but inside in the systems were fairly simple, and actually it was a naturally, or it is a naturally ventilated building. Moving forward to 2014, this is the Freedom Tower, which actually is a high-tech building full of systems and is really clever, and is getting to be as clever as the aeroplane. However, whilst we've got lots of systems, we're just not connecting the dots of all of those systems. We're not bringing them together, and we're actually not using that data intelligently. The challenges that we face going forward, carbon is a big issue for new generations, such as the millennials and Generation Z. It's very important to them, and particularly in the buildings, because buildings are one of the biggest users of energy and producers of carbon. So the opportunity we have lots of this data. So what if we could make our properties dynamic, which are continually learning and adjusting to the environment they are in and the people that use them. At the moment, buildings, as soon as we hand them over, start to deteriorate, and we tend not to optimize, and we tend not to look at how we can improve them as they operate over the 50 years of their lifetime. So if we look at cars, the original Mini was fairly analog, and had its service every 10,000 miles, whether it needed or not. The new Mini manages the data all the time and can tell you if you need your service in 10,000 miles, or would it be better to do it in 3,000 miles or 12,000 miles. The car itself analyzes that. It can be connected to call center, where they can identify any challenges you've got with the car, or if you have an accident, they're straight on the phone because they know you've had an accident. So some really clever technology in cars. So what makes this possible for the construction industry and property? Why can we do it now when it wasn't possible 10 years ago? So now we have the BIM models that we've been delivering for the last 10 years. The internet is very accessible, very fast. We've got 5G coming on board. There are many IoT devices, as I've mentioned, and they are very low cost. And we've also got cloud computing, which again is accessible and very, very cheap. And that together allows you to deliver a digital twin. So our digital twins are a reality, and we believe they are in construction and property. TwinView, we launched earlier this year, as I said, and this is a cloud-based platform which allows you to access all of the data and intelligence. And we think this is an excellent opportunity to develop the dynamic performance of our buildings. We have 4 modules, which is great, and it's great for viewing the information. It's got a facilities management platform, but we importantly connect to IoT devices. And then what's really exciting about that, and what's going to become more prevalent in the years ahead, is that using that data, we can predict how the building is going to be used, which means we can optimize the performance and predict the maintenance that we're going to need using machine learning. And that's where we see us going in the years ahead. So going back to where we started, what is the value of a digital twin? Well, we think a digital twin can allow a building owner to have early warning of something going to happen in relation to their building. Even better than that, as we get more sophisticated, we can predict that problem, and then ultimately that allows us to optimize it and improve the performance of the building in its own right. And then ultimately the challenge that we're trying to fix is we are reducing costs, and buildings have become more and more expensive to run, and we're reducing carbon because we're using less energy. So to finalize, we need to be smart and connect the dots, and the future for property in the years ahead is really exciting, and we're going to see some very different buildings in the future. Thank you.